Hey, good morning. I am going to flip my camera. I don't know. I'm learning. I know how to use this. Oh well. Happy Monday. Maybe you needed to see my view. I can finally see my view. So this morning I started out my morning in the dark. I mean, it was dark. I couldn't see. I had my flashlight and I could barely see the road in front of me. There's a barge coming by. These are always so cool, you guys. The sounds that they make, the little gentle rumble. It's such a beautiful sound. Besides the beauty of the things that we get to experience along this Mississippi, it's also the sounds and the train, the barges, the cars. Okay, so maybe not the semi's engine braking, but so much very beautiful sights and sounds to explore. I'm going to walk a couple minutes ahead of that and I'm going to come back. I don't know how many of you have mornings like this where you get to just stop and take it in. That's probably one of the most beautiful things that I have discovered in my morning walks is the awakening to the world around me. As I'm usually listening to podcasts that are encouraging, lifting, or I'm listening to a book that's just opening my mind and awakening me to things in my life. And in this process, it's such a spiritual journey. And I think that awakening is such an awesome blessing. Don't move too fast, but do you hear the sound? Just that very gentle rumble. And so I'm going to talk about something this morning. It is what happens on those days when we just don't feel like it. And I'm going to be honest with you. When it's 6:30 and it's 37 degrees and it's pitch black and dark and cloudy, so I couldn't even see the moon wasn't even giving me some light. I didn't really feel like it. And I really don't feel like my treadmill. So I had to do the ifs. But something that I have been working on and learning in my own journey to creating and changing my path to health is sometimes, even on those days when I don't feel like it, I find a way to power through. And what does that mean? It means sometimes there are very baby steps, but it's something that will move me forward. So for me, for example, I'm going to use the example of getting out here for this walk this morning. I really didn't feel like doing it. And I'm going to be honest, I've already developed this habit. So my shoes are on, my long underwear's on. Before I'm brushing my teeth with my long underwear on. So I am ready. It's already built in my habit. My stuff is in my bathroom ready for me. So when I'm getting ready, I'm just doing it. It's on autopilot. But when I was building this habit, these things weren't in place yet. And I had to learn to put things in place, like put what you're going to wear in front of you so that you put it on. But some other things that have helped me is establishing a time that you're going to do whatever that activity is. And so let's say it's working out or getting out for a walk, and you've said it's going to be at 6:30. even if you only do 5 minutes, if you do it, even if you only do a little bit, if you do a little bit towards whatever you say, sometimes it's just getting there that now I'm here, I'm in the gym, or I'm on the path, because today I'm on the path, and I was, for the first time in a long time, on time. So I did my entire walk all the way up Jefferson and back. And I haven't done that in probably, I don't know, 3-4 weeks. It's been a while. A lot of excuses, but I just didn't have the time, and I wanted to get a walk in, so it wasn't my exact length of walk that I liked, but I was continuing my habit of that I said I was going to walk every day. And what happens is you start with 5 minutes, and maybe you do more, but if you do 5 minutes, you start to develop that congruency. You start to believe that I can, because you're doing it. What happens when we don't do it one day? Maybe not too much. But if we repeat not doing it one day because I don't feel like it, and then 2 days, and then 3 days, and then get where I'm going, pretty soon I don't feel like it turns into it's not happening anymore. And so I have learned, and this is one of the things I like, whether it's Dr. A talks about, if you want to do push-ups and you have never done them, can you do one? And take the win on the small thing. And he said, if you do little thing every day, even on your hardest day, so you sometimes break down whatever it is you want to accomplish into such small micro steps, that the win is coming because I'm being consistent. And it's in that place where the habit is actually formed. It's not in what you do, it's in the fact that you're making the habit. Because the habit, me just showing up out here in the dark, the habit is born in the process. And that was the piece, for me, it was a big piece of this, is I didn't understand that I had created a lot of unhealthy patterns and habits in my life. And to rewire my thinking, you're not going to do it overnight. And you're not going to do it like one time. It's built over time. So consistency over time builds confidence. Confidence is where you start to see it for yourself. But once you get into anything, I'm going to tell you, my little walk this morning turned into a walk this morning. And I just want you to know that it's not anything that I created or did on my own. I did it learning to replace and modify and create a new habit in my life. But I also learned it builds upon. So my little walking started out with just doing a small little loop. It might be for you. Can you walk to your driveway, to the end of your driveway, or maybe around a block if you're in a neighborhood? If walking is what you're trying to accomplish, if you want to get to a gym and you want to start working out, maybe today's the day today's the day I'm going to make that call and get registered, go on a tour if your gym is open. I do know that if your gym isn't open, there's a lot of great opportunities on YouTube. God bless you. Have a great Monday.